Yeah, I mean, if you look right now in this EV craze that we're seeing, really a golden age for EV vehicles. Really, what quantum focuses on is what I'll call solid state lithium. And what this really could do, in terms of what they've demoed, this can increase the charge by 80%, from what you see today. So it really could potentially revolutionize the EV industry relative to the constraints that we've seen on lithium ion. But it's always been the holy grail to get here on the EV battery side. It appears they have cracked some of the code. Now, just like you talked about, can they ultimately scale this to a factory and ultimately widespread? That's going to be the focus. But right now, investors, are continuing to view this as potentially the holy grail of EV batteries.
Well, what do people that actually know something in this area say? I'm talking about physicists, and I guess maybe it's even quantum physics at this point. Is it possible to have a Moore's law progression in EV, or are there physical constraints that don't make that possible just based on the nature of things?
Well, that's always been the issue. 40 years trying to crack this code. If you look at how they've demoed it in terms of what they've figured out on solid state battery technology, it appears at least that they have started to have massive success here. And I think that's really what's been the eye opener for investors here. In terms of, and of course, they're backed by Bill Gates, VW, so strong backers. If they could scale this, it's a game changer. But that's going to be the question: is that can this be scaled at a massive level that could really be deployed? If it can, it changes the whole paradigm.
I mean, they can't be alone in trying to work on this. What is their proprietary approach to doing this?
Yeah, it's really been, what I'll call the golden goose is on the metallic lithium side. They've figured out from a solid state perspective how to ultimately, deploy this without using what I'll call wet electric lights. And if you use dry ones, that could be something that doesn't have issues in cold, which continues to be something on the EV, and ultimately could, per charge, get it upwards 50 to 80% more, in terms of per charge. And I think that's really the key here. If you start to look at 500, 600 miles per charge, changes the whole economics of EV. And it's everything that Tesla, as well as all the other EV players in China, are going after. And I think it speaks to what you're seeing. It really, not just the golden age, but parabolic, sort of appetite for these stocks, not just Tesla, but the whole EV food chain.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.